Report for the economy. The numbers falling well below growth that was projected by The Economist. It was a rate of 1.2%. On the other hand, though, they say consumer spending is up and employment numbers remain steady. So what does this all mean to us, to the job market and the economy? Gene Marks is with us. He's a CPA, founder of the Marks Group, and also a columnist for the Washington Post. Gene, you always explain this so well. What does it mean if it's a 1.2% rate of growth in the second quarter? They say, what, it's the worst since what, just after World War II?
Yeah, it's very slow. So, I mean, you know, the best example I can give you is this. I mean, yeah, I do write every day for the Washington Post, but really my day job is running a small business. So I have 10 employees in my company, and we do technology services and financial services. So I'm a typical small business owner. And honestly, I haven't added a full-time employee in 7 years. My revenues themselves have been flat. We've been profitable. But I see this among many of the clients that I deal with as well. We're operating in such a slow growth economy that we're very risk averse. We don't want to make investments in new technologies. We're very scared to put money out to even bring in more employees than when we have to, mainly because we are in such a slow growth economy. What's putting the pressure on, and we talk about how this hits people and their pocketbooks, is this. You know, average wages have gone up about 2 to 2.5% this year, which is fine. But honestly, for most business owners like me, our costs are also rising faster than what our growth is. We have a lot of employment costs. Our taxes have gone up. We have certain overheads that have been just going up over the past few years. So for people that are working out there, for the average person with a job, your employer they're less willing to give you bonus money. They're less willing to make investments in you or in technologies or in your company in general, because they're faced with such a growing, a slow-growing economy. They're more risk averse to putting the money out. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. What needs to be changed? I mean, people could say, well, some of it's Obamacare, those extra taxes, other taxes. I mean, how can Washington change this potentially if there is a new administration?
There really is an opportunity for change here, and it has to be this. And again, I'm speaking for myself personally as a small business owner, for all my clients, we're really talking about reducing our costs. That's all. You hear about business owners all around the country saying there's too many regulations, and that's fine. Healthcare costs too high as well. Taxes have been going up significantly over the past few years. And then, of course, there's just cost of employment. I mean, minimum wages are going up. Overtime rules are changing in December. That adds an extra level of cost on employers. Paid time off rules, there's pressure to increase that as well. So what I think a lot of my clients are looking for, what I'm looking for, is a Washington that steps back a little bit and gives us the ability to at least earn more profits. Even in a slow-growing economy, let us take some of those profits and invest them back in our businesses. Right now, it's just very tight margins are when you're in a slow-growth economy.
Yeah, and in 30 seconds or so, what does this mean for the stock market? I mean, we've seen it's at all-time high now. We've had a couple of dips. What do you see through the rest of the year?
Well, right now, when interest rates are so low as they are, where else are you going to put your money, right? I mean, when you're thinking about investing in places, again, if you're risk averse, you do look towards the stock market a little bit, at least in mutual funds, because there's really no other place to put your money where you feel sort of somewhat safe. And I'm not saying the stock market is safe by any ways, but for the typical investor, the average person like ourselves, there's very few other choices. So I do actually see the stock market holding steady and going up, because for now, there are very few other alternatives for the average investor.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Or you can go blow it on a nice vacation.
Yeah, we only hope. And that's good. As the stock market goes up, that'll hopefully benefit us all. But
all right, Gene.
We do need growth.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Terrific explanation. Thank you.